What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. And do you guys remember me talking about this Doconomy company, which they created a credit card that basically tracks your carbon transactions or limits, and based on how much you've used the card and how much CO2 output you've had, it'll limit you up to a certain point. And I was thinking, um, where have I seen? Because this is in connection with Mastercard, and they have ties to the World Economic Forum. And I was reminded when I was watching another video of um, the connections that Mastercard has made. And as I go through this, I want you to think about how the seeds for this has been planted a long time ago, and probably further back than what I'm going to show you. But I would say probably 5 6 years maybe in the past, maybe this was already put in action. And so it's just interesting when you go down a rabbit hole to see that this isn't anything new. It has just been steadily coming behind the scenes, creeping up, and eventually, when the time is right, it's presented to the masses. Now, and you'll be surprised with what I'm going to show you, okay? And so here we see MasterCard News. Okay, they said we're reimagining the future of commerce to make it more sustainable in collaboration with fintech partners like Doconomy. And remember, I've been talking about this UN General Assembly in New York talking about climate change. And this is part of something that I'm sure they're presenting at these meetings to leaders around the world of how they can prepare their countries to enforce something like this. Climate Week, New York City. Okay? If you guys didn't see this video, I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you. Okay, there you have it. So they want to create, and these are buzzwords too that you're starting to hear a lot: sustainable, inclusivity, um, uh, stuff like that, and climate change. You're hearing this a lot, and when you hear these words, you automatically associate it with thinking green or whatnot. Okay, here's another video. Um, Here they say proud to see our carbon calculator named Fast Company 2021 Innovation by Design Award honoring for helping build a more sustainable digital economy. We look forward to scaling this to our Sustainable Innovation Lab with Doconomy. Okay, now, what does that have to do with anything? Like you want a digital economy and you're making it, you're bringing it in a positive light when in reality, this is going to bring about a lot of control to people and their personal and private lives. And it's a very, the thoughts are good, but the intentions are, there's a lot of room for this to go wrong. Now, we see this, okay? We're more than halfway through Climate Week, New York City, and we're excited to see fintech startups come across the globe and apply for the Climate Fintech Cards and Payments Challenge. There's still time to apply, okay? So this is something they're calling for. And I'm telling you, they're probably really pushing this in this assembly. Now, do you guys remember, and you might have heard of this, and it's called Council for Inclusive Capitalism with the Vatican, okay? And this has, all the major corporations of the world are a part of this, okay? And you ask yourself, what does the Vatican have to do with this inclusive capitalism, and what do all these companies have to do with inclusive capitalism. Like, what? And it's okay. They say today we have 394 commitments and 145 organizations. Mastercard being one of them. Okay. Their members, the council is led by CEOs and global leaders who commit their organizations to specific actions that create long-term value for all stakeholders to build thriving economies and societies. We invite organizations and leaders to join as stewards. And joining the council, they will make their own commitments, scaling actions to improve outcomes for people on the planet. So their members have 10.5 trillion assets under management, 2.1 trillion in market capitalization, representing over 200 million workers, and their offices are spread basically globally around the whole world. Okay, so this is not something small. And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna go ahead and type in Mastercard. Okay, and Mastercard. Okay, and it shows all these articles that show their involvement with whatever has to do with climate change, with going green, and Mastercard's a huge one because that provides our credit cards, our debit cards, everything. So they're a very big company, and they're not the only ones, believe me. And if you go on YouTube, you'll find a video, and I'll probably do it for the next video and show you guys the Council for Inclusive Capitalism, in which they're talking about the things that they want to do. Okay, and here is, and it keeps on going. Okay, and here are the advisors. And if you click on this, you'll see Executive Chairman, Mastercard, Chairman of the Board of Management, Alliance, okay, Salesforce, DuPont. You see, Mark Carney. He's actually a big person in the Ripple company who, gives advice and stuff like that. Motorola. We see, a lot of people from big corporations, Estee Lauder, Johnson & Johnson, Visa. You see, these are all their advisors, okay? So this is not anything tiny. This is big. United Nations, Bank of America, and Lynn Forster de Rothschild, Inclusive Capital Partner. Okay, folks, this is big, and it's all ties back to the Vatican. Now, why? Why? But anyway, I thought I'd show you that. And I want you guys to kind of critically think, and you'll obviously know, the subscribers of this channel know that something like this is not going to be anything that it sounds good, but at the same time, this is basically forcing you to not spend as much. It takes away your privacy too, and once you reach a limit, you're cut off. And why is this tied back to the Vatican? Yeah. That's a good question. So I thought I'd present this information. I hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. My question to you is, why is Mastercard and Doconomy, if you trace it back, it all leads back to the Vatican? Because this is an initiative that's been happening for years. And now we're seeing stuff like this come out for climate change. So let me know your comments or your thoughts in the comment section below. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.